welcome to an interview with Laura Lortie, our first children's book traditionally published author. I'm so excited that she's here with us. We're actually in this super cool restaurant that we weren't expecting it to be so lovely, so I'm so glad. So Laura,
hi.
I don't like to do things like how everybody does them because I find it really annoying, and so we wanted to do, usually interviews are scripted and people know what they're going to be asked. Laura does not know what she's going to be asked, which may be a little uncomfortable, but we're not gonna, I don't need to know about, I don't know. I'm
Very
not gonna.
personal
Yeah,
details.
let's not do that. But really, you all know about real feelings authors have. You know about our segments, and so this is sort of an opportunity to connect with Laura Lortie as an author, but Laura Lortie as the woman. And so, how are you?
I'm good. I'm very excited about all the upcoming book stuff.
I'm so excited. Okay,
Yeah.
I really want to know, like, if I wasn't Sheena and I was asking you these questions,
Okay.
how was the process for you? From the beginning, from the second you decided to write a story to the second you realized this is about to be published and printed?
Okay, well, I actually started writing this book in 2009, which I didn't really tell you about. It was actually kind of like an assignment for school, which is really funny. One of my teachers wanted us to write a book about a children's book, and so I kind of got that idea. So then last year I actually revisited that idea because I've always wanted to be an author, because even when I was in high school I wanted to do creative writing.
Yeah.
I started in school for journalism, but I didn't like how newspaper writing was kind of happening. So then I ended up leaving that to go pursue teaching. So then last year I started rewriting that story because I've always liked that idea.
Yeah.
So then I decided to send it out to a few publishers.
Okay.
So then I did get some people turning me down, which is normal, because I tried to go with some bigger, well-known
What's that
publishers.
feeling like, by the way? Oh, by the way, she wrote Lily Lee in the enormous, gigantic, humongous Lollipop. Okay.
Yes.
So tell us what the feeling was like when you sent your stuff out to like these giant publishers.
Oh my
What was
gosh.
that like?
It was, so I actually had to mail them out. So I had to make my manuscript and mail it out and have like a self-addressed address back to me because they don't want to take the time to mail it back. So then a lot of the wait times were 6 to 8 months to even hear from them. So that was kind of intimidating. So then I did get a couple letters saying that like, oh, sorry, we've already met our quota for children's books this year. So then I found it really fast that children's book is definitely one of the huge markets to break into because it's the most competitive.
Yeah.
So that was pretty intimidating. And I did get a little bit discouraged. But then I came across you and I emailed you and submitted it to you, and then you actually wrote me back really soon, which I wasn't used to. And then we met, and then pretty much it just progressed from there.
And we went from there.
Yeah.
So everybody knows me knows that I'm gonna like get to the real heart of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so like discouraged I hear, but like what did that actually look like for you at home? Like, did it affect the rest of your world, or were you like, I don't even care, it doesn't actually matter?
I sent out a bunch, so I figured that I was not going to get in right away, and plus I'm like an unknown author, right? So coming into it, I was a little discouraged, but I wasn't letting it ruin my day because I wanted to try again. I'm very motivated that way.
Okay.
So if something doesn't work out, I'll just try again. It's not the biggest.
So if you're watching this, I'm like, it's amazing to hear Laura say that. I have had instances where it's not the same for me, where like I'll pretend that I'm cool, but then in the background I'm like, wait a minute, is it that my manuscript wasn't that good? What are they looking for? And so like these are the things that like real feelings that authors have. This is real life. So if you're an author out there and you're sending your stuff off and you're feeling slightly discouraged, but you're pretending that it doesn't actually bother you, that's fine. But just know, we're here, it's real.
Yeah.
Okay. So you finally get published, and you know what? Let's talk about the process of going back and forth about getting everything finalized.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me, what was that like for you?
So I'm kind of a perfectionist with a lot of things, which you probably already noticed in my emails. So like, I always like thoroughly check everything over, because I'm a teacher, like I'm just used to checking things over, and no, it was fine. Like I understood that there was a lot of different people looking at it and editing it and going through different things, so I thought it was normal, and no, I was glad to be a part of it because I really wanted to be a part of everything that happened. So I'm glad that you guys were always continually contacting me because I do want to be a part of everything that happens.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes, we.
Yeah,
we
it was
learned
definitely
that.
for a few months for sure. We were going back and forth
Yeah.
and figuring things out, but I think that's normal. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And what Laura, I can't imagine what Laura felt on her end, but what I can say is that the manuscript was going back and forth, and there would be moments where it's like everybody looked at the same thing, I don't know, 100 times,
Right?
and then it would be like, wait a minute, we missed that. Oh my God, how did we not see that?
I
And so
know.
like those are some real things that happen when you're putting your book together. It's not like, oh, let me do this today, and tomorrow it's all going to be ready.
perfect. Yeah.
And so some of the things, like I'm genuinely curious to know, like what were the moments like where you were like, what the heck? Did you have any of those what the heck?
The only thing that was bothering me was when Lollipop was being spelled different, or if Lee's name kept changing. So like Lollipop would be spelled with like Lolipop, and then it should be 2 L's, or like Lily Lee would go from 2 L's to 1 L, or so then I was just like, what's happening? Like this needs to be consistent, because then I was getting worried that like I don't want it to be printed with like all these like different, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Actually I'm really glad that came up, because that's why the process goes the way
no,
that it
exactly,
does.
yeah, exactly.
It's not going to print. It's not going to print without everybody saying, yeah, this makes sense. But
Yes.
those are some good things. So if you are writing books and you are using literary devices like alliteration, where you have lots of the same letter in something, be very mindful. We have Lily Lee, Lollipop. There were a lot of L's everywhere.
There was. And then Laura Lortie.
And then Laura Lortie.
I love L's.
There was L's everywhere. So there was a few moments where, like, you know, we missed L's or we added L's.
And the title even was getting a little bit, because of, it's a longer title, right? So.
And just torn with L's. There was L's everywhere. But this is good. And if you are using alliteration, meaning that if you have
like a rhyming book or something with the same letters.
Repeating themselves, be mindful of the fact that you're going to need another person to proofread your work. Okay, so the next question I have for you, you know we are Discovering Diversity Publishing. Mm-hmm. You know that we have lots of kinds of authors from all over the world and all different walks of life.
For sure.
Tell me about your walk of life, your background, who you are, and what makes you particularly special.
So my background, I am pretty much French-Canadian. A lot of my family does speak French. I don't speak French fluently, which is kind of unfortunate. I still kind of get mad at my parents for that to this day. But a lot of like my cousins and stuff, they are fluent in French. So I have always thought of French as like part of my background. Even like my grandparents were French and whatnot. So, and my last name is French as well. So it is something that I do want to return back to, so I can learn how to speak it fluently. Definitely something interested in. Even like traveling to France and stuff, I've never been there. That's kind of something that really appeals to me.
You'll have fun. It's
wonderful. Once you see my living room is Paris themed. So like everything I have is like Eiffel Towers and that kind of stuff. So I don't know, I've always wanted to go there.
I carved my name in the Eiffel Tower. Don't tell anybody. I don't know.
That's awesome.
17th. The 17th.
You're like, we're not worrying about the Loft Bridge. I'm gonna carve it in the Eiffel Tower, right? That's awesome. And just me as a person, I just kind of picture myself as being like, I'm just like an educator first. I love teaching children, working with children, and now writing for children as well. I like to travel. I'm a very creative person, and I don't know, I just like to kind of do things my own way sometimes.
Okay, on that topic, I want to know, what struggles have you had in terms of, like, have you had any struggles in terms of being French-Canadian, or some other way that you've shown up in life that's been a little bit tricky for you or hard on you? Was it hard on you that you didn't speak French but the rest of your family did?
Well, since like some of my family members do speak fluent French, I'm definitely kind of envious of them because I didn't really have that opportunity. Well, I could have continued it, but once I was a teenager and I took French in high school, but then once I went to university, I kind of just put it on the back burner because I was like, I have other things to worry about, which now I kind of regret that because I wish I did follow up, and that would definitely help me with my teaching career as well if I was bilingual. So that's why I kind of want to go back and take some more courses, and that way I can kind of continue that way as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who don't know Laura, she's very put together, and everything that she puts together is like very well and beautiful and lovely, and you all know me as to be maybe not so well packaged prettily, but part of my purpose is to make sure that I see the realness of you. So when we met for the first time, like, I know that you have this like incredibly beautiful exterior, and you are like so very well put together, and I'm curious.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm curious though, like, are there times in your life where you're feeling like you don't have it all together?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So what does that look like for you?
Well, like, even like at home, if I'm like working and stuff, like sometimes it's just, I have so many things on my plate right now because I'm getting married and I have 3 jobs and I have my book stuff and I do tutoring. So like, I'm a very busy person, so definitely like sometimes I just need like a day at home just to relax and not think about that kind of stuff. So I think that's important. I think everyone feels that way at one time or the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, once I have children, like, that's going to be even more things on my table. So
right.
I definitely understand with you. So, but no, I like being busy because sometimes when I'm not busy, like, I feel like I get kind of depressed when I'm not busy. Like
you're not getting enough done.
Yeah, like if I don't feel like I'm accomplishing anything, then I feel kind of like useless sometimes. Like in the summertime, it's like I'm only working one job and like I have more time, but at the same time I'm just like, I don't really feel like I'm accomplishing much because I'm just used to kind of being busy and having, I don't know, different things on the go. So like, I like being busy, but at the same time it's like I need time to relax as well. But I think everyone feels like that. So definitely hard to shut my brain off at night sometimes to go to sleep. Yeah, which I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yes.
Yes, it's so hard.
And I asked that because with Discovering Diversity, one of the things that originally was so huge to us was that we were looking at race and culture. But then it started to really occur to me that diversity is really about what people think about, and really about the ways that we see the world how we are in the world,
personalities and everything.
Exactly. So that's
it's really big for sure.
It's like, and it's super serious, right? And it's like, and so this is for any young person or elder watching Laura Lortie, the author, hear herself say, I've been super full, but sometimes I feel crazy if I'm not full. And so, like, these are just the real feelings. That's like, you know, this is the point of these interviews, is to really just get to the heart of it. So she's an author, she's a teacher, she's an educator, she is going
to be a wife soon.
She's going to be a wife soon, and hopefully a mother. Maybe not hopefully. If you don't want kids, that's fine too.
I do. Okay. Oh, I 100% want kids.
But whatever the case is, I want to say thank you for all of your efforts, for the way that you package your world. I appreciate you very much.
I appreciate that you appreciate it.
Okay. Well, we are crazy excited about your book, and I trust and know it's going to be a hit.
I think so too. I've been hearing like a lot of people telling me they're purchasing it, which really excites me. So, and then the other books coming out, like it seems like unreal right now. Like I still can't wrap my head around it. Like people ask me about it, and I'm just like, I can't believe it's actually happening. So
is that the realest feeling? Is that like there's sort of this disbelief that it's happening?
Yeah, or? Like it's like it feels real, but at the same time, it's like. It still doesn't, you know what I mean? Like until I'm like really into it, like talking about it and holding it in my hands and reading it to children, then I think it'll really hit me that this is real, you know what I mean? So I've only seen like the digital version right now. Yes. So it's like it's not, it is real, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Being engaged.
Yes, exactly. Like I'm engaged, but like the wedding doesn't feel like it's real because it didn't happen yet. You know what I mean? It's the same feeling. So
give me, like, do you have a voice for Lily Lee yet?
Not really. Like, I do change my voice when I read to children,
all the
time.
Of course, because, you're an educator.
Like, yesterday I was reading a book to my one kindergarten class I was teaching, and I was kind of, like, changing my voice, making it, like, I really like to emphasize words, and, like, I know that they enjoy it, and, like, the whole time they were all paying attention, sitting crisscross applesauce on the rug, and with kindergarten, that's very difficult, right? Actually, most of them are JK, so a lot of them are 4. And they were actually all watching me, so definitely want to keep them involved. But I don't really have a voice yet, but I'll be able to definitely pull off some interesting reading styles.
I'm excited.
For sure.
Well, you got it here first with us.